Hi, this video is to assist in explaining how to create the European Explorers Timeline project. Your end goal, your result, will be that you will create a timeline of key dates and journeys by European explorers. The first thing you want to do is review this assignment page. This assignment page says it's 5 pages long, is going to take you through information that you will find helpful as you navigate through creating your timeline. You will see background information here that you should read and digest and think about. Your assignment instructions are here. You're going to prepare for the project. First, you're going to read through this guide. You're going to watch this entire walkthrough movie. And then, if you have trouble, you're going to write those questions down and ask your teacher for assistance. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to start your research. Your teachers have provided you these resources from credible, reputable places. First, there's Britannica, Study.com, and the Encyclopedia.com. Here you will find, when you click here, you will find information and resources to help you with your main topics. You're going to organize your research in a chart. The chart is below. These explorers, you will navigate and write them in chronological order. Okay? So, here is your sample chart. You're going to write down your explorer here in the chart, the day that they embarked on their journey or discovered a land, and you're going to write the key event. Okay, explorer, key event, and the date. There are 10 here that you must go through. When this information is complete, you're going to put them in chronological order. And through that, you're going to take that information and place it in your timeline. So again, just to reiterate, you're going to research these 10 explorers. You're going to put them in this chart, and you're going to order them chronologically from the first date to the last date. Okay? Where will you find that information? Here are 3 internet sources to help you. You can also Google them, and you may not use Wikipedia. Once you have your chart filled in, you're ready to make a timeline. This is not your first timeline if you've been with us in quarter 1 and quarter 2. So you are allowed to sketch your timeline on a piece of paper before you begin. You're allowed to create this timeline electronically, but if you decide to use the timeline builder, then I'm going to suggest that you click here. Here we have our interactive timeline builder. You're going to go ahead and build a new timeline, so you're going to click here, and you're going to title it European Explorers. I'm making these dates up. Please do not follow this lead. I did not do the research. You guys need to do the research. But let's say that you've completed your research on all 10 European explorers, and you are now putting in the year. Let's say it was Christopher Columbus, and the first year was 1492, and you ordered them all in order, chronological order, in time order, and the last date that you have is 1896. Now, there are about 400 years apart, so I'm going to go ahead and choose intervals of hundreds. Okay? And let's say that these dates are what they are. Okay? So then what it's going to do is it's going to give me a timeline that goes from the hundreds. Right? Now, if I did tens, then this timeline would end up being very, 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 very long and big and very clustered together, right? So you want to choose hundreds. If you choose tens, no, choose hundreds, guys. So then we're going to go ahead and add an event. Let's say that your first guy is Columbus. And he finds the Americas. Here I would write a little sentence. In 1492, Columbus stumbles upon the Americas. And maybe you might want to give a little bit of information, right? Give a description. You want to say what year it was. Actually, I don't have to put the year in the description because I'm writing the year here. I'm going to say what the date was, if possible. And then I can add an image. If I add an image, you have to do your work beforehand. You have to go find the images and download them so that they're already on your file, right? So when you click add image, it's going to show up in your downloads. So I would put the images in downloads earlier. Then you can choose what color you want, and then you add the event. You can grab here and put it where it needs to be, right? So there is some leeway. Okay. If you want to add to it, you can. You just have to go ahead and you can click here and edit it. And you're going to continue to do that. You're going to add another event or a time span. When you are done, you are going to go ahead and make sure that you're printing it out in landscape. And then you are going to save it as a PDF. Save, and this is what you put into the assignment, either in your Google Classroom or in Edgenuity. Either way, talk to your teachers about how they want it put in. Okay? We like to get put into Edgenuity so we don't have to search for it, but each teacher may be different, and your skills may need to be broadened, right? So if you need help with that, you need to talk to your teacher. And that is how you do the Timeline Builder. Take care.